Ginny Page, Simple Pleasures is the name of the exhibition. Can you tell us a little bit about this, for example, this little painting here?
Well, this little painting is of my little rescue chick. And the story about him was that he was neglected from the chicken flock and he was being bitten and bullied, so I had to take him in under my wing. And he actually lived with me in my bra for 3 weeks until he got better. So that's the story. And he wasn't accepted. As soon as he was born, he was not accepted by the flock. So he'd basically just been born, and then he looked at me to say, now what are you going to do? You're going to have to teach me how to eat and how to be a chicken.
Yes.
So, I just got so much pleasure from looking after that little bird. I've looked after loads of birds, crows and all sorts of different birds.
It's a very personal...
Yeah, it's a really personal picture. Yeah. And he was just looking at me in the right way when I got that shot of him. So that's that. I mean, what do you do when you're born? You have to learn it all. So I was his mother for quite a long time. He even came to an exhibition with me.
Yes.
A 4-hour exhibition. He came with me there, and he's also been to the hairdressers, so he's been around a bit.
Oh, he travels with you a little bit.
Yeah, so now he's famous at Wilmington.
Okay. People who know you know this one.
They do, yeah.
Is this based, perhaps, influenced by Adriaan Koorte?
Yes. That's a very good guess. Very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, he did these beautiful little intricate still lives on a ledge.
Yeah.
And I was fascinated about those paintings when I first saw them when I was in my 20s.
It's incredible.
And they were all on a ledge, and I thought, well, you don't really need much else. I mean, this is an old brick from our chicken shed, and you get the lighting right, and you can just place a lot of pretty things on that. And
simplicity is really something.
Yeah, I love simplicity, and I like the fact that this is a little bit imperfect, with lots of chips and very hard, and then you have this little delicate bird and delicate egg on top. So textures and that interests me. Textures and
I saw that. I have to ask that.
Yes, it's true.
I see that you also paint flowers.
I love painting flowers, I love painting flowers.
Yeah.
This little picture, this is inspired by one of the Dutch still masters as well, which I love. The pewter plate, you see those on lots of the old master paintings. So I wanted to get the shine on that. And this tulip was yet another tulip my husband mowed over with a lawnmower, and I was cross with him. So I saved it, and it was bending in the middle, and it was just wilting a little bit. And I thought it looked absolutely beautiful, and I put it in my workshop, and the sun just hit it at the right angle, so it looked as if it was being lit up from the middle, and it just brightened up, and I thought, it'd be a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
And I collect insects.
Ah.
I collected a spider yesterday as well, a dead spider I found in there. People think it's a bit weird. But this little beetle, the job of that beetle is to tidy up when something dies. So that one's crawling across the stalk. The bee is there protecting it. And this is another beetle as well that I found in a fly. But I wanted to say that they're all doing their job.
Yes.
you know, this will come along, it's beautiful now, it's going to die. This one was dead, and it will all turn around again, full circle, and I just wanted it to be, that's why I've done a circular in this little beetle. And the raindrops, just to be a little bit sad that it's about to say goodbye.
Beauty and life and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love painting water drops. I find it very therapeutic.
Okay, yeah. The lighting and so on. Yeah.
But I call it the torch because it looked as if it had some kind of light bulb or something inside. That's the effect I wanted to try and create in oil paint.
Yeah.
And I find that really challenging, what the paint can actually do. You know, I think, oh, how could I do that in paint? Or how could I do this in paint?
How can you translate what you see?
How can I translate what I see in paint? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun doing that. I loved painting that one.
Yeah. It was really a challenge for the lighting. And
it was, yeah, but it was just kind of by chance that the sun hit it at the right time.
Yeah.
So I hope it works. I think when you see it from the... I've never seen it on a black wall before, and it works a lot better on Wilma's walls than it does in our house, because it's, you know, everything is dark around it, and hopefully it looks like a little lantern. This was painted in 2020 during the COVID pandemic, and it was in fact a really great thing for me because I could just stay put and do my painting. I didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let's get into something super complicated and so I can get involved. And I spent, I don't know how many months doing this with the silk kimono and the lace to just keep me occupied, and I felt very isolated, and the girl is also turning her back away, and
yes,
it's a very kind of still painting. The girl on the painting was a girl that my oldest son used to go out with, an Italian girl called Anicia.
Yeah.
And she was my model. So, but I wanted to make her look super feminine by having all these sumptuous materials and silks and laces all around her.
Yes.
So, and that was the result of it.
That red kimono is very detailed.
Yeah, I love painting anything really complicated. The more complicated, the better.
Yeah.
Because I get more lost in it. So I was confined to the kimono, so that's where the title comes from. Well, this is oil paint, and the background is copper, which has been patinated in a bath of vinegar, like a vapour of vinegar. So I thought maybe it might turn verdigris with time, and then match the ready colours. But you just don't know what you're going to get when you're working with copper. But I just like that effect that you don't really know. Here I'm kind of very much in control, but here it's you know, you don't know what it's going to turn out like. But I don't know if you notice in the corners here, I've done this little embossing.
Yeah.
And there's two crows, and Corona is crow.
Oh, so that's...
Yeah, Corona means crow. And one of them is bowing down to the other one with a coronet, which is also Corona. So that was just a little quirky extra I did on the corners.
A little clue to the circumstances.
Yes, it was, and it's just bowing down to the other one. Yeah, showing its respect. Yeah.
Bowing down to the circumstances and do something with it.
Exactly, yeah, it's just saying, yeah, let's respect this and let's respect this time that we have, and yeah, get involved in something instead of sitting and complaining. Just get involved and do something enjoyable. But it was actually a good time for me in that way, that I could spend all my time on my painting and not have to have this bad conscience about doing this and doing that. So
it slowed down time.
It slowed down, and yeah, I learned a lot from that. I think everybody did. So. I've painted this little medicine bottle quite a few times. It's from Denmark. And on the bottle it says a tablet to be taken once a night for sleeplessness. And I had a period where I couldn't sleep very well after my father had died, and I just couldn't rest at all. And I wanted to kind of make a painting about how my father's death was affecting my mental state. And so I painted a little medicine bottle with his favourite flowers, forget-me-not, and it's also don't forget my dad, forget-me-not.
Yeah.
And he used to love butterflies, and he loved these little blue butterflies, and he would race around the garden saying, look, there's one, there's one, there's one. And he was the one who got me excited into insects and butterflies and stuff.
Yes.
And when I put these flowers in, I thought, oh, they look exactly like the blue butterflies. If you look at the veins on the flowers, the same veins in the butterfly,
Yeah.
and the same eyes, is the same eyes on the butterflies. And I thought they're all kind of one. It's all the whole circle, it's all connected.
Yeah.
And that was the whole idea about it, that nature can heal. You know, the flowers are healing out of the medicine. And then they blossom up and they fly away, and they fade and they fall, and then it all comes back again. So this was really about my dad. Yeah.
Yes.
Made my dad.
It's beautiful.
Ja, dat is mooi hè?
That's my son all dressed up in
Okay. Oh ja, toen deed hij speech.
Ja, natuurlijk, van jou te tentoonstelling toen.
Jan, wil jij wat drinken? Wil jij rode wijn?
Nee, ik ben een beetje...
We see here the Mad Hatter of Alice in Wonderland, and you told me that is your son.
It is, yes. He has a lot of powder on his face and makeup and things to make him look a little bit creepy. I had a project a few years ago to do an illustration for Alice in Wonderland, and I chose the Mad Hatter. And I also wanted to illustrate how crazy the world is. So I dressed him up in all this gear, velvet and everything. He's got super curly hair, really corkscrew hair, so I put hair rollers in his hair, little birds in his hair. But this was a more playful picture than my usual still life or figure paintings. This was, I didn't know what I was going to end up with this. I just played like a kid and just put things in. I thought, oh, I'll put this in, I'll put that in. So I made it personal by putting all these little old hat pins in that were from my family heirloom, and the mouse here was actually another mouse that I rescued from my cat's jaws. That's in the hat. That feather is from a friend. There's the monarch, because I'm a butterfly collector. He's got plasters on his fingers and a thimble because he's a hatter and he's damaged his finger ends. And the story behind this little pansy is that's a little self-portrait of me as a flower playing the violin. So when I was a little kid.
Oh, that's a little self-portrait in this kind of
I played the violin and I wasn't allowed to continue because my mother said it sounded like a strangled cat. But I always missed not playing that violin. Yeah, and the background is a little part of the landscape from Lincolnshire, where I come from.
Okay.
With the bridges.
Do you know the video clip of Love is All by Roger Glover?
Which is that?
Oh, the frog song. That the little flower with the violin reminds me of that. But I don't know. I will cut it out from the video, but it reminds me a little bit of that.
Yeah. Well, when I was a child, I used to watch a children's program. It's really old. I'll really give away my age if I say the title. But anyone from England might know who's in their 60s.
You saw it on the repeats.
Yeah. And it was called Pogle's Wood. And there were all these little people who lived in the woods and blackberries, and they had all these funny little creatures. It was
Yeah.
so cute. And in their garden, and this well, it was like a stop motion thing. There was a plant growing in the garden. It was a tulip, and this tulip just played the violin. It was called Plant. Are you going to play as a song, Plant? So, and I loved that tulip. I thought it was really weird when I was a kid. And the idea kind of came from that, but then I put a pansy on because they look as if they've got little smiley faces.
Yeah.
So that's why I did that. And I painted my own hand.
I see it now.
And the reason I wanted to do that was because I never seem to get finished with anything. There's always something to finish, and I on purpose did not finish this. I thought that's just typical me. So I painted my own hand, still at it. And I have this deformed fingernail here, which I hate. But I thought, yeah, well, that's how my fingers look like.
That's how your fingernails.
Yeah, because I hate these thumbs and I usually hide them. But then I thought, no, I'll paint it because everybody will know that's my ugly thumb. Yeah.
You can just as well own it.
Yeah. And the teapot is from a flea market. And the rabbit, I used to have a little tiny rabbit like that when I was a little girl as well, called Nosy. So it all kind of fits in.
It's a very
hopefully
personal.
It is. I just was allowed myself to play around with it.
Yeah.
I love doing it. This is another little rescue chick. I've had so many rescue chicks, I can't even get the time to paint all of them. But this was a beautiful little one. And he was bullied as well in the same way, and he was actually born with his legs stretched out. It's called straddle leg, where they can't walk. So what you have to do is put an elastic band between their legs to hold them together so that they can learn to walk, and it takes quite a while for them to recover from that. Sometimes they don't survive it. But he did, this one, and this one lived with me also in the house until it got better. Putting him on these books, I was testing out whether his legs could stand on a flat surface. And the funny thing is, one of the books, it's a German book, I think, called Edelweiss. I don't know if you know the song Edelweiss, everybody knows that.
From The Sound of Music. Yeah.
Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, and it's small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me.
Like Edelweiss.
And I just started singing that song, Edelweiss, because he was small and white and clean and bright. So, and I call it learning to walk because that's what he was doing. And he was just taking a few steps there, and I thought, yes, he's going to make it. And I have a similar decoration around here with the birds saying thank you very much.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
So what's that one?
Every time I see that now, I will think about the song Edelweiss.
Yeah.
Daar heb ik dan een man van stoppen en wat eten. Weet je, ja, het is wel lang geleden, ik weet niet hoe zo. Ja, leuk dat het ook allemaal zo kan. Als je wel de kleuren zag je ook met haar. Ja.
Being so busy.